Hello, this is a sideshow. I'm Theodore Parker, and today is Wednesday, January 15th, 2025. This is a special edition of the sideshow with Theodore Parker, and it's related to the weather conditions that we're experiencing and also the closing and delays to opening school. December 20th was the last day that students were actually in classes in person. And I'm understanding, as being a parent myself, that there's a certain amount of frustration that accompanies this, especially with making arrangements for your child. If you are working, your parents are in school, you are a parent who has children who are in school, that you're trying to make arrangements for all these things while the cities that you live in, not only here in Kentucky, but New York, for instance, is inundated with snow, and various other places are experiencing weather-related closings and delays. So that being said, my experience, I relate to outdoor work, which is necessary to clear roads and streets and make things accessible. And then school systems usually send their drivers out to test road conditions, and they don't really want to send their drivers carrying children out in conditions that are not safe. So that also advises a delay until these things have been taken care of. My experience with outside work, construction and so forth and so on, has always been, well, it should be like 40 degrees, roofers, construction work, whatever the case may be, it should be 40 degrees. But OSHA, Occupational Safety and Hazard Department, does not really have that kind of weather-related standard for outdoor work. They just say you should be adequately clothed, supplied with the necessary things, water, whatever it is it takes to keep you from experiencing hypothermia while you are working outdoors. But my opinion comes from people who work with concrete, which is probably has sustained me through the years and why I voice it this way, is that the temperature for concrete to set has to be at least 50 degrees for 48 hours for all the chemicals involved in pouring concrete to work. So that's just my personal viewpoint. But I did want to come on and say this, and this is just related to Fayette County, but I think it could be applied wherever weather-related school delays and closings are being experienced. And this is just 14 hours old, and it's from Fox 56 News, and I'll just share it with you. No excuse. Fayette County Public Schools parents frustrated over road conditions as NTI days continue. So here we go. Lexington, Kentucky, December 20th was the last day Fayette County Public Schools students saw the inside of a classroom, and they won't be walking through the doors on Wednesday either. FCPS announced on Tuesday evening they will be operating on an NTI day tomorrow. Central Kentucky schools announced closures, NTI days ahead of Wednesday morning's near zero temperatures. Around 6:20 p.m., Superintendent Dr. Demetrius Liggins released a video statement on Facebook as follows. We have made the difficult decision to designate Wednesday, January 15th, as a non-traditional instruction or NTI day. As you know, the FCPS transportation team took buses out today to test the safety of our bus routes. Many of our drivers experienced slick road conditions, with some having to be rescued by tow trucks. Today, as many as 119 streets and neighborhoods were identified as inaccessible for buses, including Sadersville, South Point, Castlewood, Highland Park, and Carducci. This equates to thousands of students who need access to bus transportation to attend school. We have shared these specific locations with the city and will continue to work with them as they improve roadways. Our team has also investigated the possibility of establishing alternative bus routes. However, moving bus stops to treated streets would place many of our students on major roadways and in busy intersections, which increases the risk of injury. Safety is our number one priority and will continue to be in every decision we make at Fayette County Public Schools. It is important to me, just as I know it is important to you, that our students arrive safely to school each day. At this time, I do not feel confident that can be accomplished. Thank you for your continued patience, understanding, and support. So the article, FCPS Superintendent Dr. Demetrius Liggins. So the article continues with various people wading in with comments, pro and con, mostly against it because they're not really understanding the complexity of the situation. So I just wanted to share that with you briefly, for a few minutes to let you know that Kentucky's on it. I'm quite sure the various states that you live in that are experiencing these similar conditions are on it as well. That's it. Hashtag.